Ah, Zac Efron, taking the mediocre films of the world and making them somewhat watchable, one performance at a time.
What do you do?
Manage a hedge fund.
You manage a hedge fund? I don't even know what a hedge fund is.
Oh, so there's a regular fund, and then there's a hedge fund. And our fund, we hedge it hard.
Oh, wow.
And I get in the morning and I'm like, how's the hedging coming? You've been hedging? You hedged much? And it's like too big to fail, corporate greed, bailouts. In a New York minute, everything can change, on the floor of the NASDAQ and the UN, and then Fannie Mae, Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hughley.
Oh, so you want some water?
Yeah.
Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is a true story, I guess, of a couple guys named, yes, Mike and Dave, who need wedding dates. Their sister's having a wedding. They don't want them to mess it up, so they make them promise to bring a couple girls along, and hilarity ensues. How funny is it? Here's 5 things you might want to know about Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. Let's start with the stuff that worked here. First of all, I like these guys together. Adam Devine and Zac Efron work really well together. I mean, right from the first second of this movie, I was drawn into their friendship. You can tell they enjoy working with each other. Adam Devine's got this really goofy, over-the-top sense of humor that I think somehow strangely works. Zac Efron has some real acting chops and also some real humor chops. And together, I think they're having such a good time that we can't help but have a good time along with them. And let's not leave out the ladies on this. They do a pretty good job here as well and add to the humor in some really intense and funny ways. Specifically, Anna Kendrick. I would watch anything Anna Kendrick is in. She's so funny. And I think even among all 4 of them, Kendrick gives the best overall performance. I buy into her character in this goofy comedy in a way that I'm not sure I buy into the other 3. Now, I've never been an Aubrey Plaza fan, but here I think she works pretty well. And overall, the foursome of these guys is a comic force in this movie. I also wanted to mention something, and we'll do this for number 3, about this movie that I was not expecting. There's a little bit of gender reversal here. That's a weird way to say that. That's not what I mean. What I mean is the girls in this movie, Plaza and Kendrick, the characters they're playing are typically the type of characters that would be played by dudes, kind of the stoners looking to, make an easy buck, but then accidentally falling in love. That's a dude's role in most of these kinds of movies. So I was interested to see kind of the shift of the genders in this, and I thought it played very well. I don't know if it really means anything, if they were intending for it to mean something, but it's there, and I think it's worth noting because I found it very interesting. I love it when I get into a review and I've already said 3 good things about a movie that I actually didn't really like that much. All of these things that I've mentioned are all character-based, but let's get to the negative stuff. The story's really awful. It's predictable, it's boring, the jokes are really stale in this and really lame, and even though it's true, it just feels very manufactured. Like the entire plot feels like it was put together in a factory to bring audiences in, and we've seen it so many times before. That is enough to draw it down several notches for me because I just don't like being played in that way. And it's not just the plot that feels repetitive, it's actually the raunch factor as well. This is one of those over-the-top, raunchy comedies, but you know what? We've been here so many times before. Look, There's Something About Mary came out almost 20 years ago that we've been doing this thing. And so all of these jokes that are supposed to be transgressive and edgy, you just feel like you've seen them a million times before in these kinds of movies. And because of that, they just fall completely flat. Overall, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates has great character work and a really fun cast that unfortunately is saddled with not great material, enough so that it brings it down to a C+. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit. First, if you'd like to know more about what goes on here, check out the info button up here. It's got other reviews there, how to support the channel. You can also search for my name in social media if you want to hang out and do a 2-way conversation. It's Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer, Twitter, Snapchat, Periscope, Facebook, whatever you got. Also, if you do podcasts, you can subscribe to SiftPop, SiftPop. That's our pop culture podcast we do every Friday, and we'd love to have you along for that fun. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. What is the best Anna Kendrick movie ever? I've professed my love for her performances What is the best one ever? What do you think? For mine, my clue, mine's the one where she sings. No, not that one. No, not that one either. Or that one. It's the one where she sings about being on the stairway in the castle palace place. Yeah, I may have given it away. Take a guess at mine in the comments. First person to get it right does get a point. As always, you'll give you 5 extra seconds to hit the subscribe button in case you never want to miss another review here. It's right down in this corner.